I think it's all better now. I used to sit sometimes in meeting for worship, and funny things would come to me. At least I thought they were funny. But it's not really appropriate to stand up in a meeting and do a monologue. So I guess...
You're right, it's not appropriate.
But sometimes I'll write these things down, and I thought, well, when am I ever going to get a chance to use them? And then when Marty talked about the Quaker Artists Gathering, I went, hey! So I thought I'd try it. So a couple little things. Some of these things are inspired by things that happen. Once in a while, in fact, one time, a young couple came into the meeting here, and it was obvious that they had no idea where they were or why they were here. And it just reminded me of something. I'm just going to play something here. This is sounds that you usually don't hear in a Quaker meeting.
Submitted for your consensus. A young couple walking the streets of Evanston looking to hear a sermon and a minister in a church. But what they don't realize is that there is no sermon and everybody's a minister. Because they've just entered the Quaker zone.
The other thing I like to imagine is different characters in Evanston meeting, coming in or any meeting. And one of them that comes to mind is somebody you all know. I can just picture him in a meeting for worship. And my name is Lieutenant Colombo, and I'm here at meeting for worship. And I just wanted to say that seeking that of God in everyone is a very important thing. Just one more thing. At home somewhere. I'll bring that message next week. Somebody else once came into the meeting. It looked like somebody that I'd seen on television at one time. I'd like to give you an impression of what it looked like to me. Hi. What a beautiful day in the meeting house. Today we're going to visit a Quaker meeting. Can you say Quaker? Sure you can. I like the way your throat moves when you say Quaker. Look at all the people they're worshiping. Can you say corporate worship? And that's what it reminded me of. Oh, have I done already? I always try to imagine if you get cable, you've got all these sports channels, and I always try to picture what would happen if they did a sports thing on a Quaker meeting.
All right, this is Ken Cosell here with QTV Sports. And today we're going to visit a Quaker meeting. And with me is my friend Bob. That's Bob Fox, whose grandfather's brother's sister's mother on the father's side was George Fox.
It was thank you, Ken. Last time we were here was in 1699, I think. I remember very well that Quaker meeting then.
Okay, well, we're about ready to start, but before we do, we have a message from our sponsor, WSHH Radio.
Are you tired of listening to all that garbage on the radio dial? Dino, let's talk. Well, if you're tired of all that, we suggest you tune in to WSHH. All silence, all the time. If you're in the car and the kids are fighting over what radio station to pick, and it's your turn, you pick WSHH. It's approved for play in meetings for worship. WSHH. Not less talk, no commercials, no music, no nothing. All silence, all the time. WSHH. Alright, then we're back. Okay, well, while that commercial was on, the meeting was centering down. And oh, I see some commotion in bench 7. Ooh, somebody's taking off a cough drop wrapper. That could mean trouble. Trouble for bench number 7.
Well, you know, there was a similar incident like that in 1827 when a series of cough drop wrappers caused a coughing spell with a number of people. It was awful. It cost them a lot of points and a little eldering.
Well, let's hope that doesn't cause much trouble for bench 7 now. Oh, we have a looks like a fidgeter on bench 12. Could it be a message from God or last night's lasagna? I think it's a message. Let's listen. And what a message. What did you think of that message, Bob?
Well, that's very similar to the message I remember in 1724 in Boston. Very similar message like that, and again, bench 12 came through with the top message of the day.
Well, thank you very much for that. Ooh, wait a minute. A message. Too soon before the last message. Flag on the play. That's going to cost them some eldering for sure, and perhaps a fine. I don't think bench 7 is going to win today. They've really blown it.
Well, you know, that's your problem. I remember in 1927 in New York and 15th Street meeting in 1942 had that problem a number of times. There was major eldering going on.
Oh, wait a minute. I hear a few digital watches go off in the audience. It must mean it's the 2-minute warning. The big question is, will there be a hymn today? Oh, there's somebody asking for a hymn. I believe it's number 330. Tell us about 330, Bob.
Well, I'd be glad to, Ken. 330. It's an excellent hymn. It was played back in, as I recall, the Florida meeting in 1914.
Well, it was a great hymn, and, well, I see the woman back there is shaking hands. That closes the meeting. Comes in at, let's check our watch here, about 63 minutes. How is that for time, Bob?
Well, 63 minutes is about an average time. I remember a meeting in 1712 and 1688, but running in about that same time.
Well, that's it. We're going to close the meeting now, and we thank you for coming, and make sure you come back for our QTV Sports. Before I go, there's some things here that I wanted to share with you. Has everybody seen the Quaker Simplicity catalog? No. Oh, this is great. I've ordered some things from this thing. I wanted to show you this because this is really cool. This is really cool here. I got to show you what I got. The latest product, it's a Quaker answering machine. Direct from the Quaker Simplicity catalog. Now, I got to tell you some cool things about this. First of all, it doesn't use any electricity. I think that's really nice. And you know when somebody calls you and you have an answering machine, you're making them pay for the call, and you're not even there. That just doesn't seem Quakerly to me. And then you have to use your electricity to hear it. And the worst part is when you get home, you have to deal with messages. And the other thing I've noticed is that people, have you ever known people that from work they call their answering machine at home to leave messages for themselves? I'm confused. They have to use electricity
out where they are, and they pay for the call there, and then they go home and they have to use electricity to do that, and chances are they have to jot it down anyway. Now, I don't know, it might seem like a wacky solution, but couldn't they just have one of these? And if they have a message, they'll just write it down. They can put it in their wallet or something. I mean, you still need a notepad anyway. So that's one of the things that I ordered. Quaker cash station. You now have your own bank and cash station. Right here. You can carry it with you, no electricity. Oh, boy. This is my favorite one. Oh, I know, it looks a little bit like the answering machine one, doesn't it? It's a Quaker computer. The best part is it's interchangeable with the answering machine. So you can just have one for the home, one for the office, one for the building part. Now, some of the things about the computer that's pretty cool. First of all, there's no disks, no drives, no cards, no chips. And it's portable. Try doing that with your laptop. Easy upgrades. Just buy more sheets. And it's cost effective. It's $50 a meg or half a cent a sheet. Now you decide. And there's no Intel inside. Oh, and it comes with a printer. You got your choice of black and white or color. Color printers, 39 cents. Costco. I got one more. This is the coolest one. Have you all heard of this virtual reality? You know, you buy these expensive headgear, and you got to have these gloves and things, and it's got sensors on it so that you can, you know, you move, and then the sensors say, oh, it moved, and it moves along with you. The things are thousands of dollars, requires tons and tons of computing power and everything else. I don't know. I've got something. This is called actual reality. Everything looks with these things. Simple stuff. So if you get a chance, you can order some. That's what I have in my bag. Thank you.